Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Mole Trap here, coming at you with Game 2 of Boxer versus Sync. You can see there on the starting screen, he's going by Blaze, but I'm going to call him Sync just because that's kind of the name that he's known by. Apologies if there's any Blaze fans out there that are upset by this. Blaze meaning Sync Blaze, not meaning Azubu Blaze or whatever they were called eventually. Any old school League of Legends fans around back in the days when we had Azubu? What were they before the Zubu? I can't remember what their name was before or if they changed it after, but if you don't know, I was briefly a professional League of Legends caster as well. Well, briefly, it was like a year, I guess. So the first English League of Legends caster in Korea. And Blaze was the B team of the Azubu franchise that actually beat the A team in the finals and won that season of League of Legends for the Korean Championship many, many years ago. That was a pretty cool situation. But anyway, so that's why I said, that's why I confused myself for a second when I was talking about Blaze. Any case, so what is going on here? We have a depot being built in the supply line for Sync, and that's kind of interesting. I guess it might be to prevent a manor depot. I wonder if there's something. I wonder if that helps the mining somehow. I don't think it would. I feel like that would make the mining less efficient to the mineral patch that's right next to you. That's a really strange place for a depot. Strange, not necessarily bad, but strange, just unusual. Unusual, just meaning I haven't seen it before. She's actually brought Boxer's book. I think that was his, maybe, or a book about him or something like that, to this tournament, so that's kind of cool. Anyway, and just for the record, Boxer is going to be the sort of yellow, I guess, Protoss at the 6 o'clock position, and Sync is going to be the orange Protoss at the 9 o'clock position. So I'm actually, when I was saying, oh, Sync did blah, 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 I had them confused, and now I've just looked at the names at the top to make sure. And it's actually Boxer that has made the depot in his supply line. Not Sync. It's Boxer that did that. So that's weird. That's very weird. It looks like, yeah, I guess it looks like it's actually in a really interesting spot where it's not really affecting the mining. The patch that it's right next to, it's not really affecting that mining. And it looks like the path for the other patch, it's not affecting that either. So it's just a weird spot. Okay, I'm gonna try not to spend the next like half hour just talking about that one supply depot. Instead, let's talk about this Marine having a little duke out with the SCV. Marine trying to prevent a scout from going on, and it looks like oh my gosh, Sync's, I think this is Sync's Marine coming in to attack Boxer's Marine. Yes. Why do we have to have two TVTs in a row with almost identical colors? And Sync's Marine does actually win out the fight. The battle that the SCV started, the Marine comes in and finishes, and now this Marine is going to be able to do a decent amount of damage, actually, attacking. Boxer is, oh, the machine shot blocks it. He's going to get the last hit. No, that SCV was like on the verge of dying. It was like a cornered, oh, okay, okay. Machine shot gets canceled. It was like a cornered animal where it was about to die, and instead of just cowering, it fought back and actually got the kill itself. But cancels that machine shop. I wonder if that was even a machine, like a tactical machine shop to mess up the Marine or something like that. He cancels it though, so that's interesting because, I mean, Sync saw that, and he's going to respond accordingly, saying, okay, well, Boxer's getting machine shop. He's going to get either siege tech or mines or something like that. And Boxer, just to mess with me again, and look at this, it's the infinite battle, both players attacking each other's vultures and repairing at the same time. Who's gonna win? Who can repair better? Are we gonna see a simul kill? One hit left. Oh, that was the most epic single vulture battle ever. Both vultures just shelling away at each other, each of them with a support SCV, helping each other out, taking multiple shots to kill each other. And finally, they just both fire at the same time, and the projectiles land simultaneously. That was kind of cool. Reminds me of... I won't say it. I won't. So all right. Well, now I have to say it. I was gonna say reminds me of the election that's coming up. But let's not get too political here for the moment. Anyway, Boxer has. Oh my God, orange and yellow. Why? Why? I can't even tell what's going. So okay. So Sync has a Wraith out now, and it looks like Boxer has scouted it, and he's landed his barracks next to the starport for some reason. Possibly to stop a machine shop from going down, possibly just to keep an eye on it and make it so that it's actually less damage being dealt. And Boxer, in the meantime, is running in here with vultures and a tank and doing significant damage. Is he going to be able to win out, though, with that Wraith overhead? It looks like no. The Wraith does pick off the tank in the end, and the vultures are still here trying to kill off that tank, but the tank has 3 SCVs guiding it and a Wraith picking away at its attackers. More vultures coming in here, though, and he doesn't have mines, it looks like, so he's not going to be able to get mine hits. Is he going to be able to pick off that tank? Yes, and actually the tank micro actually serving to kill itself. If he just left his tank in one spot, he would have had 6 SCVs repairing it, but instead, the tank falling back, the SCV was like, whoa, 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 I can't catch up and repair you while you're moving. And instead it just died, and now he has mines. That tank is definitely going to go down now. Too many mines are being planted. Actually does escape the mine location. Is he going to micro himself to death again? It looks like no. And Boxer just continuing to run in vultures. And, you know, I think this might be... Oh, okay, wow. Whoa, okay. Boxer maybe even over-respond... Oh, look at that. There's mines right next to the factory, so if anything pops out of the factory, it's going to immediately die. Vultures continuing to run in, and I think Boxer is... Oh, look at that. Oh, it did almost die, actually. Maybe the other tank took out one of the mines, and only one mine landed. I didn't see what happened there. We didn't see what happened. But, this is crazy. I can't even keep up with what's going on. Boxer is just continuing to send in vultures to harass while he's building this double starport in response in the background, wanting to win the air battle, and Sync getting an extra command center. So... this is really interesting because right now Sync has a definite advantage in the air. And we saw the armory go down for Boxer, so I almost probably would have expected him to go for Goliaths. Goliaths are better against Wraiths per cost than Wraiths are against Wraiths. So it's a little bit strange that he's decided to go with the extra Wraiths, but then, you know, the thing is well, he can do both, I guess. And actually he does get scouted, by the way, so that's interesting that Sync's going to go ahead and know what's going on with that. And Cloak is now being upgraded for Sync, by the way, as well. But what I was going to say is Sync has the air advantage for now. If Boxer wants to, he can try and take that by building double starport Wraiths. And the thing is because if you win that air battle, as soon as you win that air battle, if your opponent doesn't have Goliaths, which Sync doesn't appear to have, because he's depending on the Wraiths, if Sync doesn't have Goliaths, then as soon as you win the air battle, you win the battle because your Wraiths can pick away at the tanks, the enemy tanks, and just win the ground battle in response. So it's really interesting to see this this tactic that he just wants to, says, okay, well, you know what, you're going for mass Wraiths, I'm going to counter you, and if I can do it better or more, I can still win here. Academy is going down for Sync, possibly in anticipation of Boxer getting some... well, I mean, you just want scanners in general regardless in this matchup, even if your opponent isn't getting anything cloaked. He knows there's mines around as well, so that's part of the issue. He needs to be able to scan to get those mines killed off. And he's actually going to build a turret to kill off the mines, which is kind of interesting. I mean, it's just good to have that turret anyway because he knows the Wraiths are coming. So you kind of want some turrets in your supply line. And that depot is still baffling me. It's just kind of strange. But that turret, anyway. Oh, okay, that's good. He removed his SCVs. That's smart. That was pretty smart. He knew that the mines were there, and he knew that when the turret finished, the tanks were going to attack the mines, and he didn't want his SCVs to be within range of the splash damage. So, clever move there. And there's still a lot of Wraiths for Sync, by the way. He has... well, that's not all of them, is there? I think there's more somewhere else. Unless he only made 4? I thought he made like 5 or 6 and was continuing to make more, but maybe he was just operating Cloak for the ones that he already had, which is, you know, not that big of an investment, actually. It's a lot of power that you can get out of those Wraiths. Is he going to be able to get that engineering bay burning. It's probably not a good idea to try. He's just going to lose those Goliaths. Okay, and here's Boxer's wraiths over on the left side here. I'm sorry, on the right side of what we're seeing. Boxer does have more wraiths now, and he has Goliaths out. So Boxer definitely has... What just happened there? What was in the base? Oh, he was just taking out mines. Okay, he's got his scanners up now, so he's taking out mines. Okay, and now that the mines have been cleared out, it's safe to move his tanks out to the front even farther. So actually, it looks like they might be about even. So I was correct that Sink did have a couple extra wraiths around that we weren't seeing that clump earlier that was attacking the barracks. So it looks like we're about on even footing in the air. Boxer does have Goliath though, but Sink has tanks. I don't think Boxer has any tanks. Maybe very few tanks. I don't know if Boxer's made a tank at this point. He went straight into factories and then started producing ton of vultures and then directly into wraiths. So I don't know if Boxer has any tanks. So that's the thing, is like tanks, of course, are going to counter. Oh, and the cloaked wraiths do get the first shot off, the first volley, but there's just not as many of them, and he's going to have to fall back to turret fire. And Boxer just has way more wraiths, and so now things have turned around pretty quickly. Sink is now stuck. Sink is essentially contained. Okay, he does have some Goliaths, actually. He's gotten a significant Goliath count out. So never mind. I was going to say that with that many wraiths, without having many Goliaths, Sink is basically can't move out at all, outside of the range of his turrets. But he does have a significant number of Goliaths, so I think he's kind of okay. Boxer now starting to produce tanks, which is a good move here in this situation. Sink, by the way, looked like he was getting his third base, if I remember correctly. I didn't actually... Again, it could have been Boxer. They're both such the same color. It's hard to tell. Okay, and so here, Sink is going to throw away his last two wraiths for nothing. So that's cool. It's a good move. In some universe, perhaps. In an alternate reality where losing the game is the objective. Okay, Sink is getting his third there, and I thought I saw a command center building earlier, but maybe that was just Boxer building his natural, and I just was not like paying attention or something like that. And we're seeing a little bit of Sink's first-person view here. He does have a dropship out, by the way, that he could make use of. And oh, Boxer comes in, picks off that injured tank, takes some damage on his wraiths. In exchange, though, the tank fire is going to bait out one Goliath that's going to run out there. He's going to pick off another tank. This is the advantage of those wraiths, as they are very mobile. And so they can just duck in, take some pot shots, and run out, especially if they're cloaked. But I don't think Boxer has cloak. Not a huge point in getting cloak, because we know Sink has scanners already. We know he has turrets everywhere, so the cloak isn't going to get you very much of an advantage. Sometimes it still will in a wraith-on-wraith battle, but and we're seeing mass wraiths versus mass wraiths in TVT a lot in this tournament, by the way. I just want to say, like, I feel like it was more of a rarity in, you know, the late Kespa age of StarCraft in 2008, 9, 10. I feel like mass wraiths was a little bit more gimmicky, but I feel like we've seen like every other TVT has had, you know, mass wraiths involved. So it's kind of interesting to see how the stylistic differences over the years, you know. And in any case, so Boxer is getting his third up. Sink has his third up. He's ferried in some SCVs with his dropship in order to get mining at that base, since it is kind of behind the mineral line. So it's in, and actually is that Sink in the 12 o'clock? I can't even tell. I cannot tell whose base that is on the minimap. The colors are just too similar, but someone's getting a base at 12 o'clock, and at some point someone will have a base there, theoretically. You know, oftentimes when you build a base, it takes up the resources temporarily. And okay, so that one is I'm trying to keep track of the color. So it looks like Sink is the red outline, and I believe that means it was Sink's base at 12 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, I'm not sure if that's Boxer's base or like another Sink base, though. It's hard to tell. Cloak is almost complete, though, for Boxer. He's going to have a dozen cloaked wraiths to deploy very soon. It's going to be a scary prospect. Sink has kind of taken up position in the middle with turrets and tanks and what have you, so he's still in a good spot, though. Here we're getting Boxer's first-person view a little bit here. He's making another factory, and he's going to scan out here to see what's going on in the middle. He wants to make sure he doesn't get too contained or anything along those lines. I don't know if he must still know about Sync's forces over on the right side of the map, though, or on the right side of that opening. But Boxer looks like he's going to actually try and move out a little bit farther to secure more of the map. And the Wraiths are going to be a good option for doing that. He does have 2 dropships as well. So I'm really curious to see if we're going to see, now that Sync doesn't have any Wraiths, and here he goes in, he's going in with the Wraiths. This is exactly what I was thinking. There's no counter to this because there's no Wraiths that can just fly in and deal with this. Sync's going to have to bring his army back into his main to deal with these tanks. And while he's trying to deal with these tanks, he's going to have to contend with Boxer's cloaked Wraiths as well. And this Sync just going right into the line of fire. Boxer got the vision down, though, and was able to take it out. And another round has come in. He's ferried in now more tanks and Goliaths to boot. So Boxer is basically trying to take control of Sync's main base. He's killing off lots of buildings. Sync has to be supply blocked right now. We're seeing, I think, the remains of 4 depots on the ground right now, at least, and some turrets and a starport. He killed off the starport as well, which was over there. So Sync is in real trouble right now. Can't even really make any more units. I mean, he's made a ton of bases. He's got a lot of bases up in the north, but bases don't do you any good if you're supply blocked and you don't have a main with production facilities. Is he going to counterattack? Sync looks like he says, okay, well, if you've taken forces off of your front line in order to attack my main, I'm going to run into your natural and kill the rest of you. But Boxer's Wraiths are very mobile. He brings them back. But there's enough Goliaths that those Wraiths are not much of a threat. This might be it. Boxer is killing off his main. This is Sync's chance to do the counter damage. He's got to scan and kill those Wraiths off. Otherwise, he is targeting the Wraiths now with his Goliaths. Is there going to be enough tanks, though? It may not be enough. He's down to 3 tanks. 2 tanks left for Sync. 1 tank left for Sync. And it is going to run with its tail between its legs. The Wraiths are going to polish it off. The tanks are going to polish off the main. And that is going to be it. That is it. Boxer is going to eliminate Sync from the quarterfinal with a 2-0 victory. I'm almost certain of it. Sync is desperately building multiple starports over in his second base, or second main, I should say. He says, all right, well, I've lost everything, but you know, maybe we can rebuild it and try and come back. But, dude, Boxer has a dozen cloaked Wraiths already. How are you going to, like, I don't think you can get... Like, sure, he's got 4 bases, I guess. I guess 4 bases is a lot of bases, but, well, actually only 3. He's only mining at 3 of them right now. Actually, he's only mining at 2 of them right now. He's going to be mining at a 3rd pretty soon. But, he's just basically relocated. He's like, all right, well, I got a new main now. I didn't need that main. I'll have a different main. And that main is going to die in moments. We're going to see him GG out of the game and be eliminated. Too bad for Sync. He had to come up against the Emperor of Terran in his quarterfinal matchup. He won't be going on. He had pretty good TVZ in his group stage, but he won't be able to come and utilize it in, or was there? I think he played, against Oversky and what have you. Wow. I think the 4, meaning the round of 4 there. Boxer's going to the semifinal. So, well played by Boxer. You know, I was a little skeptical, I have to admit, of countering Sync's Wraiths by going Math's Wraiths of his own. He is trying to play catch-up there, but ended up working out in his favor. And Boxer just, I mean, both games, Boxer just outplaying Sync, just outclassing him, basically. And, you know, I hate to say it, but that's kind of what I suspected at the beginning of the first game. It's what I said is, like, you know, Sync's good, but Boxer is a freaking legend, you know. Even in 2004, he's already a legend, you know. So, and still in high form in 2004, you know. And he's still a legend now, right? But he's actually... Boxer streams on Twitch, by the way, if you're interested in watching him play League of Legends. He plays League of Legends on Twitch, so that's kind of funny. Occasionally he plays StarCraft on the SK Telecom esports channel, but on his own channel, he streams League of Legends. I don't think he's even actually that good at it. Don't tell him I said that, please. Anyway, but he's still a legend. But I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm going with this. Oh, Boxer was good. That's what I'm saying. Boxer was still good. You know, when he was like in his Air Force days or whatever, he was never quite at the top of the game. But in 2004, he was the top. And so he's showing it here, outclassing Sink. Best of luck to Sink. And the next season, though, he will be seeded into the round of 24 into the group stage there. So he'll have another chance next season. But all right, that's going to do it for the quarterfinals. So we have our semifinals lined up, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Reach versus Uv and Boxer versus Yellow. Oh my god, that's going to be epic. Those are both going to be so epic. Boxer versus Yellow is possibly the biggest rivalry in StarCraft history. It's definitely one of the top few, and it was definitely in 2004 the biggest rivalry in StarCraft history in 2004. And we're going to see that matchup in the semifinals. We're going to see Uv versus Reach in the other semifinal. Reach, the hero Protoss who took out Boxer when Boxer was dominant. Uv coming out and trying to prove himself as Boxer's protege, as the new up-and-comer, the new king of Terran, and is the hero Protoss who is capable of shutting down the Emperor going to be able to shut down his protege in the semifinals? Are we going to see a rematch of Boxer versus Reach in the finals? Are we going to see Boxer versus protege Uv in the finals? Are we going to see Uv versus Yellow, which is going to be epic because Uv took out Jelizerg, and it'd be another TVZ, right? Can Yellow face Uv where Jelizerg was able to? Or is, Jelizerg the new better player? Yellow versus Reach. I'm not sure what story is behind that possible matchup, but that sounds epic also. It's going to be crazy. The semifinals are going to be nuts. The finals are going to be insane. Yeah. And look out soon for a video where I'm going to officially announce if I haven't already, again, I'm not sure when this video is going to go up compared to the other ones, the announcement video that I'm going to put up. But if I haven't put it out already, very soon I'm going to put out an announcement video that's going to tell about the live finals. So look out for that. It's going to be epic. It's going to be awesome. Hope you guys are enjoying this series as much as I am. And thanks for watching. GG.